We're riding the bus to the trolley for the trolley tour here in St. Augustine.
The jail, because the old jail is at stop number 1, the beginning and the end of all the trolley tours. Line at the ticket booth because people come out free. The Cathedral Basilica of St. Augustine, the government house, the original jail was built in 1891, and it actually remained a jail for our entire county till 1953. And folks, that was a hanging jail. Now you see the opening here on the right. This is where the trolleys leave from. The trolley pool.
We just got off the shuttle bus. Now we're waiting on the trolley.
And we're on. Over here in Gator Bob's is St. Augustine History. Sometimes it looks like the trolley's slowing down or stopping, but it is still not safe to get off. And for your safety,
Old town liquor from Prairie people. A lot of old French and Spanish style homes. Some of them have mixed over there because of this area. Plenty of different trolleys over here.
250 slaughtered bodies, ran red with blood for 3 days, and it's been known since that the dam is safe for the day of slaughter.
Believe it or not, nobody in America has been to that one. But we're going.
This is the first mass grave in North America.
Shop to
Nobody knows it's going to take 4 years from initial planting until he could harvest the crop. So he fell back on his old profession. Mixture of grain alcohol, spring water, and a touch of opium. Now, it's not sure why the man walked in here. I stepped back and took a deep breath, and with one original gates were made of wood. When they were closed, you were either safe inside or you were outside dealing with whatever four-legged or two-legged animals you ran into. You were on your own. In 1808, the gates, they're obsolete, they're an eyesore, let's get rid of them. The daughters of the American Revolution said, wait a minute, they're a part of our history, we need to keep them. Sit-ins and some other number of industry shops. We have the oldest wooden schoolhouse, and then a little ways down we have Bodio's Greek Orthodox shrine, both of which, again, if you're going to exit here, please exit only to the right. There's ways that they could get involved with. I know that restaurant has its own, and again, it's going on. Now, the colonial experience we're coming up to is the 300-year Living History Museum of St. Augustine. And you will see a blacksmith plying his trade. You will see a gunsmith explain what he did. Welcome aboard. In the street, burnt down our 9-foot fort. Queen Mariana, the leading space, the big front. Only two right sides. The Spanish seldom have a second floor in the street. When they have courtyards in their homes from, they bring bars on the outside would keep out animals. The stop sign from us here is the Columbia Restaurant, the oldest Spanish restaurant in St. Augustine. And this is stop number 7 at Paladin Street. If you're going to exit, please exit to the vertical support. And try to come. Are you joining us, sir? The town, north is a rich Italian immigrant who were brought over to this country by hand of Turco as a century to work in this indigo plantation in New Smyrna, about 60 miles north of us. The indigo plantation failed. Turco and his crew headed back to England, leaving the indentured servants to fend for themselves. If it hadn't been for Father Pedro Camp, who
top.
Cuba, and the result is that they moved in to St. Augustine claim to be the oldest continuously resided in city in North America. His first move was to try to get a Methodist, Great United Methodist Church, this poured concrete, Spanish Renaissance-style church that Frank was built in 86. Then it even has 50 stained glass windows in it. Flagler was instrumental in helping effect repairs to that. And in 90, a memorial for his daughter and granddaughter. My competition was his church down the street here. Now, he was very attached down here and built this church as a memorial for them. They are both now buried in the church, and Flagler and his first wife are also entombed here also. This is stop number 8, the Presbyterian Memorial Church. The building in front of us here was the room in the hotel. The generators at Washington, D.C. When Flagler opened the hotel, he had iron staff come in and turn the lights on and off for them. But this was 4 years before electricity became a period at the cost of about $9,000. That's the equivalent of about $300,000 today. Now also, the Montrealian operator at the Hotel 5 sitting residents were guests here on the last floor against the shop. This room that protrudes the side of the hotel here is the dining room. When Flagler built the hotel, he engaged Louis Comfort Tiffany to come in and design stained glass windows for the dining room. Today there are over 70 Tiffany stained glass windows, insured at over $130 million and protected by bulletproof plexiglass. However, when Flagler engaged Tiffany to design those windows, Tiffany had just reorganized his company at the Ponce de Leon Hotel here that made his reputation. That was the close. I just completed his winter home here across the street. The Via Serrata is the first building in Florida that was made using this revolutionary new process called poured concrete. In those days they weren't made. It did change. You can see some pictures there showing some of the very exotic items that are on display in here. There are also items from a 2,400-year-old Egyptian pyramid. Now, a tour of this museum is a self-paced tour set to English, Spanish, or French. You guys can through each room. This is stop number 9. Dollars in construction and outfitting, prepaid for furniture he would need. When he opened the hotel, he had furniture for 3 guests. 4 rooms. His room was for 3. Very hard time. He's operating the hotel. In fact, I think the city actually used the Methodist church that we had talked about earlier. That was sitting in the what's now the garden in front of the hotel here, in front of the museum. In the mid-40s, Otto Leitner purchased the Alcazar as a warehouse for his Victoriana collection, and a couple of years later opened it as the Leitner Museum. This is stop number 10, the Leitner Museum, and if you're going to exit, please exit to the left. Actually, down is on the ladder. On the length of time you were in it. It had restaurant, it had bowling alleys, it had billiard halls, it had a casino, it had four asphalt tennis courts for the pavement. On our right, of course, Civil Rights Museum. By the largest collection of Victorian homes in Australia. Half-brother of St. Augustine's own distillery producing. You are welcome to my step off. This is stop number 11, St. Augustine Distillery. Muscadine grape. They have daily tours and tasting and others, but if a wine were all remaining, providing for your health care. So much so that he provided for your family for 50 cents. Is the Whetstone Chocolate Factory. Should have a wonderful product. So if taking a tour at the Whetstone Chocolate Factory is your schedule, this is where you would want to exit. We get from Jacksonville to St. Augustine, and then you get to New York to Texas. Finally going up all the railroad lines from the railroad station behind us to this hotel in front of us. Little bar and Main Street became the first Main Street in St. Augustine. Main Street is also the building over here, owned by Dr. Andrew Anderson, his wife Teresa, his son Dr. Anderson Jr. Dr. Anderson Sr. was not able to finish the house his wife and son did. They were at the orange plantations to the end of the century. 1894 devastated the orange crop. Subsequently, followed by 199, virtually ended the orange production of the Atlantic area. Now, if you look at your left here, in front of the Monte de Leon, College, you will see a statue of Henry Clinton. He originally stood in front of the train station, moved here in 72, and I don't think he's going to again. Also, you'll notice on the hotel over here, we now have the moniker Casablanca again. In 1999, a firm out of Orlando purchased the Cordova, completely refurbished. We needed a government house. You see over to our right here, our left, a marketplace and a church. In the end of this end of the plaza, you see here, a memorial to the Spanish Constitution, 1812. 2 years later, the Spanish monarch reinstituted and supported the fathers declined to do that. This is the first free park, and Southern things is responsible for the establishment of standard all for 111. Rebuilt by Henry Flagler, who brought in.
They're very religious Catholics. So they left the old world setting sail.
East of the county, residing across until 1953. If you look down the street, you will see we're coming up to it was the largest and most successful department store of the late 1800s. J.W. Estes was owner and proprietor. Had to supply the store by rail and water, neither of which were opened up, and 5 are expected to arrive. To our left here, you'll be able to see the St. Augustine lighthouse. It is our second lighthouse. This fire came down and attacked the city for almost 2 months. They simply waited him out when the governor ran low on ammunition, patience, and reinforcements showed up from Savannah. He decided to head back to Carolina. Now, this was the first house that was built after that, but in all the succeeding years and succeeding periods, a fair stop number 15, the oldest house museum. today. But if you're somewhat handy, that doesn't look like a bad investment. This convention is a Native American has been used as that ever since. They put the dates to periods that I keep talking about for you. In 1565, Pedro Menendez established Augustine, and it remained in Spanish hands for almost 100 years. In 1763, the Treaty of Seawall, Imperial Seawall, is said to be the last public works project created by slave labor in Skyline. In 1927, a couple of bankers and wanted to build a bank. They took down the plan. Decided it was given our light here, I'm going to go ahead and call this the marina stop. This is stop number 16, our marina stop. I just saw a couple of people get off. I can't convert those, but I can take you to where they will. When the bridge was completed, Dr. Andrew Anderson donated those two lions carved career of marble. They are the unique things about St. Augustine. Between the 1 inch wide, and it's narrower in also, if you look on the white wall over here, there's a black plaque. High water mark, hurricane mark, 2016. And you see Hilton all over the side. Hilton wanted to build a resort in the city, and you know what Hilton normally wants to build. The city fathers would not back off the height restrictions, and they had to come up with an architect who could connect, who finally did connect up to 35 buildings, interconnect them to build that resort, staying under the height restrictions that the city fathers put. The guns of the fort will enter apart and break. It simply lets a cannonball sink into the side of it. So between barrages, the defense removed the cannonballs, patched the wall, and send the cannonballs back where they came. Could be very in battle. You will see some cracking on the towers at this end of the fort. They were allowed at one point in time. The boat at this end of the fort they were actually thrown and mined underwater, very soft and pliable. And when you did bring them out, they needed to be tried for 1 to 4 years. That is something that you could catch over. And this is the city for the city's 400th anniversary. This marks the spot that the Menendez party came ashore in this country, and there's also a free museum in the church behind us. So this is stop number 20, the Mission de Nabre. You know that after settling the problem that the Menendez party did get together with the Timucuan Indians for a cross-cultural celebration and Thanksgiving feast. The first Thanksgiving in the Western Hemisphere has most fine oak. He has a maple palm going on in the center of it, and that means they love. First of all, it's not Spanish, and secondly, it's not moss, but a member of the pineapple family. What a great idea to some purpose with it. What he did was introduce, I can't photographers all the time. Point out to you, this wall over to our right is a concher shells, lime and sand, but it's also a good defensive structure, because if you try climbing that, it has a theater right over to our Timucua village of Saloy. There are an get up here of the water.